Hey guys. Never get this.
Wait, Sammy, you just keep going. I'm just going to let you take the stage.
Oh yeah, the stage right, stage left. I'll tell you what, it's like the blind leading the blind here. You know what I mean?
Except I'm not blind. I was here waiting for you.
Oh, you know what? You ready? You guys are ready? It's me. I'm just inadequate here. What can I tell you? But it's okay. You know, I'm going to change balls and maybe it'll get better as we go along. Hey, honey, go to the car. Will you give me another ball? There she goes. I'll tell you, I'm trying to go live on my account so my dad can watch because he's having a hard time. Can he go on your page? Can he do it? Punch your name in and then you're live? Can he pull right up? Or can you have Josh? Can you have Josh put it on so my dad can listen? He wants to listen. He goes, I got to listen to you and Brad go at it. This is going to be a blast. You know, he's pretty smart, 90 years old. You know?
Is he on Facebook?
Yeah. He's on. He's going in, Sammy Ventura.
So he's got to go to 10 in the Pit Pro Shop.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be on the 10 in the Pit Pro Shop page.
All right, I'll tell him. Hey, honey, tell Dad to go on 10 in the Pit Pro Shop page. Here's the phone, sweetheart. Tell him. 10 in the Pit Pro Shop page. Walk him right to it. All right, my wife's going to walk him through it. You thought I was the blind leading the blind, huh? Oh, boy. All right. So how you doing today? The weather went crazy. It went from like you couldn't play golf. You almost needed a shovel to shovel the snow. And now can't play golf. It's 90 out. I mean, what? Come on. How about in between here somewhere?
All right, listen. We got to rewind about 20 minutes here to let everybody know. Hey, listen, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for being patient with us. This guy right here, he had a whole comedy act for the 15 minutes leading up to us going live. He couldn't get things. We sent him the link to get us on. He going, I can't log into my account, and I'm hearing everything. Got him on the phone. His service doesn't work at his house, and so he's cutting in and out, back and forth. Tim's all over the building. Oh, Sammy, what an unbelievable! This is awesome.
You missed the best part. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to do that. It was natural. I was naturally dumb. You know what I mean? It's all right, though. You think I was wearing a towel or something in the bathroom, you know?
All right, so listen. So we'll start out the show. We're going to start out the show with this. This is, if you can picture this, we're bowling the Super Hoinky back in the mid-'90s. Sammy and I, we were both sponsored by Jim Martino from here in Niagara Falls. Sammy and I were rooming together.
Is he on big?
Okay. So Sammy goes into the shower first. He comes walking out, and you would have thought that he had here. We got this right here. We got a little lens cleaner here. This was about the size of the towel that Sammy came walking out. He had it wrapped around him as far as he could. He goes, and all he says is, "These towels are too small in this hotel. Can't take these towels in this hotel. I hate this hotel. The towels are too small." And he's walking across the room. I'm going, oh, my gosh, Sammy, you got to cover up, man. You got to cover up. He goes, well, what's the matter? What are friends for? So he's got his whole thing going on. This is classic Sammy V. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what, though. The towel was small. It wasn't my fault. I'm a big guy. You know what I mean? I get on a scale. A little guy comes out and says, one at a time, please. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big guy. You see, I got a big head. In second grade, you look at my second grade picture. It's on Facebook. You can find it somewhere. My head's bigger than the teacher's. I was in second grade. I'm telling you, I'm just a big guy. You know what I mean? I'm all proportioned. Though I'm big in the belly. I got like a 63-inch chest. You know, I'm a big, or maybe 53 inch, 54. Big guy, bigger than my waist, though. You know.
All right. So listen. So those of you that are watching right now, come on, share this, and get this out there so that we get these people, because this is absolutely, this is probably going to be the most I will have laughed in any of these videos, because this guy, he ain't even paying attention.
You can watch it right on my page.
Well, I can watch it afterwards.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Sammy.
Small towels. Yes, sir. Yes.
Do you and Tracy, do you ever get in arguments? Like, I want to hear an argument live right on the air right now. Get it cranked up.
Argument.
I've never heard you guys argue. Have you guys ever argued?
You haven't been around a lot, Brad. You just haven't been around a lot. You know what though? Me and my wife. I'll tell you something here. Let's see if you got it. See this here? Let's see. Who's that right there? That's our wedding picture. See that? Wait, wrong way. Okay.
You got to go closer.
I go any closer, she's gonna say yes again. There you go. Hey, you see that picture right there?
That's a great pick, buddy.
Now, I'll tell you what. If you look closely at the face, my Bell's palsy was like 3 months relieved. I got Bell's palsy in my left side a little bit, right? Watch this freaking thing. If you look closely at the face, I'll give you a close-up. There you go.
Yeah.
Down, over. There you go. Man, I don't even know how she married me, to be honest with you. I must have a good tongue or something. I don't know. But, you know. But I'll tell you now, it's because I'm a good kick, man. I'm a good cook. I'm a good cook, you know.
I'm a good kick. He says I'm a good kick.
Kick. You know, I'll tell you what, though. Tracy, we've been together almost 10 years now. I'll give you a little story how we met. We met on 10. Watch this. Back here. Here we go. I got to learn how this works. 10, 10, 10. It's like the jackpot, you know, 10, 10, 10. Right? I met her on 10, 10, 10. It was kind of funny. I was coming home from bowling a tournament down in like the Poconos or something, like Chacos probably. So I'm coming in. I'm going to go up 81. I lived in Syracuse at the time. I could go up 81 and go home, right? And I says, my dad's Route 12 goes right over there. Here's Route 12. You know what? I'm going to go up Route 12, go see my dad, watch the late football game with him, right? I'm a single guy wandering the country aimlessly. So I'm going up. Little did I know. I mean, I didn't even put it in my GPS. I just know 12 went all the way through. Little did I know it was going to take me 2 hours to go that way. Jeez Louise. So anyway, I got a little hungry. Imagine that. So I stopped at this place called Fred's Inn. Now, we go to dinner there all the time. It's a pretty good place. It actually sponsors my bowling team in my league. So I go to Fred's Inn, and there's not hardly anybody in there, right? But I'm in there, and there's these two kind of, you know, one really good-looking girl, one other girl not too bad, right? And I'm minding my own business. But these girls, they're a little giddy over there, right? And you know, I'm a single guy, you know. I'm hanging out, having a burger, watching a game, watching the horses. It's like heaven. A couple chicks, horses, game, all good. So Tracy's over there, and she's sipping on her drink. So I buy the two girls a drink, and I says, girls are having a party without me. It's not even right. You know what I mean? So one thing led to another. Make a long story short, I get a phone number. How you like that? Phone number. It was real. I continued my journey to my father's house. I called her, like, you know, up the road a little ways, if I had a signal. You know what I mean? But anyway, what happens? Tracy, she's real. So we go on our first date on 10/13/10. Go on our first date, 10/13/10. What happens? We hit it off pretty good. We went on a date. Where'd we go? Tell them where we went, babe.
Turning Stone.
Turning Stone. Where else, you know? Halfway between Norwich and Syracuse, like, you know, the old T. Went to Turning Stone. We had dinner. It was a great time. You know what? We've been together ever since. I can't believe it. Did we have fights? Absolutely. Man,
I can't even imagine.
No. We don't fight too much now, you know, because we don't sweat the small stuff. You know what I mean? You know, what is she going to do? She going to fight with me when she's like, you know, 700 miles away from home in the car in a bowling tournament with me? She got no shot. It's my way or the highway. And she always chooses my way. See, that's how it works so good. You know what I mean?
I do tell you, she's still in the doghouse.
You know what? And then if I do something wrong and we're only like 2 hours away, she'll say, I'll just call my brother. He'll come get me. Oh, my God. But we have fun. We do. You know what? We have a lot of fun. We just got a fire pit. Now, you know what? We're having different kinds of fun now because of this pandemic. We got a fire pit. She got one for Mother's Day. Her son's bought it. I've been putting in there. You know, I'm like a Davy Crockett. You know, I got the fire pit and the marshmallows. We made some s'mores. Man, those things are filling. I'm gonna get fat. I can't believe it.
Take a water break.
I did, no problem. I do that when I'm on my own show too, and it goes silent for about 2-3 seconds. See, I give you the speaking part in between.
I'm going to tell you what. We are having fun, and you know, I guess, guys, listen, I don't have anything planned. This is just full blown winging it at its best. Sam and I are just going to talk, and actually, Sam is going to do most of the talking, as you can already tell. Sammy,
you know, when we do our show, I could see a little bit of things streaming. I can't see nothing streaming here.
Well, good, because we got it all on our side. Don't worry, Sam. We got you covered.
We got it.
All right.
We got Don.
You take it. This is pretty good.
We got Don Harrington that says, "What? Sammy hungry?" We got somebody else saying, "Don't make me laugh too much, Sammy."
I see, Nate. I see how you are.
So,
well, I'll tell you what. We have fun.
You go.
You know, I'm really disappointed though. I'm disappointed that tour hasn't started. They're stealing our good times, Brad. You know, I'm not going to be on tour forever. I'm 62 years old next month, and Bakes, he's got to be almost 65. His birthday's September 12th. You know how I know that? Same day as my grandmother. You know, good people born on that day. You know. So anyway, you know, we can't bowl forever. I mean, Bakes is probably only going to go until he's about 73, 74, and then I don't know. Then he's going to have to take a break probably. But I'll tell you, we should have had Bakes on with us so we could tell you stories.
Time out.
Yeah.
You see what Charlie Tapp just says?
What's he says? Oh, just watch it. He's exhausted.
And I'm already exhausted.
Let me tell you one thing. I mean, Brad, we bowled the amateur stuff together, right? A lot of years, right? And then you left my side. You went and bowled on tour. You know what I mean? And I became closer to 50, and then I went and I was on senior tour. And our paths went in different places. You and different guys, they went on tour. Well, I didn't go on tour. I just couldn't. I had wife, kids, and the whole thing. I couldn't do it, right? So what happened was I met so many, like a whole new reel of people. It's unbelievable. Charlie Tapp. Let me tell you what, because of Bakes. But Charlie Tapp he's number one, and then one. You got 1 and 1A and 1B. They're like him, Hutch, and Bakes. Man, good thing I wasn't around that. There's no way we would have survived.
Sammy, it's like when you bet the one horse and there's a red 1 and then a 1A and then a 1B. You get 3 for the price of 1. I like betting that horse.
Oh, yeah, we're wheeling that horse. There ain't no about it. But anyway, Charlie Tapp, he is just funny. And I can tell you Charlie Tapp's story. He's a great bowler. We haven't bowled against each other too much because he's only out there sporadically. But Charlie Tapp's a great bowler. I mean, you don't want to bowl him like day in and day out because you can't make like a small mistake because you lose because he doesn't make mistakes. You know, he's just a really solid player, probably very underrated in his whole career. I didn't know him his whole career, a little bit here and there because I know he made shows and everything. But I can tell you, he had a match. Charlie, help me a little too, will you? You had a match against Walter Ray. I think we were I know we were in Vegas because it was a Masters. Oh my God. I was like 2 or 3 pair down in my match, but I was coasting. I was bowling 700. My guy couldn't bowl 600, right? I was doing pretty good. So I think I was bowling Terry Leone at the time. So, I mean, I bowled pretty good. I beat Lenny. I snuck in as a low seed. Then I beat Lenny, who was number 1 seed. Right? We bowl partners now. Well, he knows how to pick those 60-year-old guys. All right. So I both beat Lenny, and then I beat Lenny playing pipe 10, and I beat Terry Leone playing wheel 20. But that's okay. Anyway, I was watching 2, 3 pairs down, Walter Ray, and he's bowling Charlie Tapp. And I'm telling you, the match had to be like 785 to 779 or something. Charlie, help me out here. I know you know. If you only remembered one thing in your whole life, you'll remember this. You got to help me out. You know, usually I got statisticians sitting next to me, and they help me out. You know, but you got to help me out. But anyway, it was, oh my God. And Charlie won. He beat him. And I says, Charlie, God, that was a lot of sack there. Shot after shot, shot after shot. Both bowlers. If it was a heavyweight fight, Howard Cosell would have been turning over in his grave to do that one. I struck out for 290 to beat Walter, 790 to 786. I told you I was close. You see that match? 790 to 786. I was like 3 pairs away. They should have charged me. They should have like threw me out and charged me to get back in, even though I was bowling. It was the greatest thing going, man. I'm telling you. I don't think I've ever seen a better match. And I've been involved in a lot of good matches. I don't think I've ever seen a better one than that one. Oh, my God. 2 heavyweights just fighting and banging them. 290 he shot.
Yeah, down goes Frazier. Down
Frazier. Down went Walter. He was on your show treat. You know, I actually feel kind of honored, Brad. I mean, you had Dookie on, right?
I'm watching.
Yeah. You had Dookie on? And then after Dookie, you had Bakes.
Yep.
And after Bakes, you had Walter.
Yep.
I think I out-energized Walter already. All right. And then you had Mika, okay? Now, I didn't see the Mika show yet. I'm going to go back and watch it, but I didn't see it yet. I was busy. We had it on during the day, though. It was tough for me, right? And then I'm Sammy V. Now, look what all those things people got in common. They all got titles. They're all Hall of Famers. What do I got?
You got the chirp, Sammy.
I got Sammy V. That's all I got. I do got 11 regional titles in 9 years. It's not bad, you know. And I almost won last year. 2 seconds. Yeah, Walter, he gets. Oh man, he gets revved up to bowl me now, man. You know, I can tell you a Walter story. Walter, you listening? Come on, chirp in here, man. You know you're my buddy. You know I love you, man. I tell you, he's just a great guy. He became friends, my wife and I. It's a funny story. It really is. I'm bowling, and my wife, right? She doesn't know much. Did you hear her? Did you hear her say, tell her the story?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, I'll tell you how she met. I'll tell you how she met Walter. Tracy's out on tour with me, right?
First summer we were.
First summer, right? It's probably his first year, and she don't know Walter from a bag of apples. Okay, don't know him at all. He's standing there and he's talking to her. He's playing kind of coy because he likes the good-looking women. Don't let him kid you. You know what I mean? That's why he's with Fancy. Okay, but anyway, right? Here's what we've got going on. He's talking to my wife, and I'm bowling Dave Axum, right? I think it was a 3 out of 5er, and we're Dave Axum's a good player. You don't know? Do you know Dave Axum, Brad, yet?
I don't, but I'm sure I will.
You will. He's a 60-plus player, and he's very, very good. He bowled in the military and everything, and he's a great guy. I don't know if he's listening or not, but he's a great guy. He should be listening. And I meet another guy because of tour who I made friends with. There's a lot of them. And you know me, I kind of not too shy. I make friends pretty easy. You know what I mean? Guys having fun, I'm going joining in. So I met Tracy. She was having fun. I had to join in, you know? Look where it got me. I'm in Norwich. So, with that being said, though, I mean, I go from one story to the other, Brady. It's hard to follow sometimes.
I know. I'm sitting. I'll just watch.
You know,
So tell them how I met Walter.
but that's, you know. So we're back to how she met Walter. So she's talking to Walter. He's watching the match because he has to bowl the winner, me or Dave Exum. And Tracy gets nervous. You can see on the shows she paces. She gets nervous, and the matches are always close. Very rarely do you blast somebody. You know, they're always pretty close. The guys are. I mean, you're only just a hit away. You know what I mean? You're tripped 4, the other guy's stone 8. You're going on. He's going home. You know what I mean? It's a funny game, or vice versa. So Walter says, "Nah, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. He's got this one locked up." She didn't know he was Walter, so I went back. I wasn't paying attention to my wife during the match. I'm paying attention to the game, and I says, "You know who you're talking to?" I don't know, some guy. He was helping me, telling me you're gonna win and you're winning and you're doing this. I says, "Walter Ray Williams." Who's he? She said, "That's probably the best bowler of all time." "No way," she says. "I didn't know." He goes, "Yeah, I got to bowl him next." He goes, "Oh my God!" Well, we had a match, the next match, and I'm not even going to tell that story. I'm not going to tell that story because you know why?
And you're not going to tell the story. You started the story about 4 minutes ago.
I told the story how Tracy. That's how Tracy met Walter.
Oh, okay, all right. That was the story. I didn't know which story was the real story.
Not the match. The match. Okay. I won the next match, though. I did win the next match. It was kind of a weird match, but I won the next match. I was behind, and I made a comeback, and then I was behind, then I made a comeback, and then he got tapped a couple times, and then I got zeroed in and had like an 8-bagger. It was like stupid. I tell you what, it was like the lost and found. Lost, found, winner. 1-1. He wins, 2-1 him. I'm lost, last 6, winner. 2-2. He leaves a pocket 7-10. I throw a 7-bagger. Next thing you know, adios amigos. He was pissed. You know, he was pissed. But some of the matches, we used to bowl those 3 out of 5s. Matches are incredibly brutal. You're talking bowling 3 out of 5s against the best bowlers of all time, like yourself, Red. If we bowled 3 out of 5, and I bowled Amaletto. I tell you, Amaletto bowled 239 against me one match we had, and he had 3 stone 9s on the same lane. He bowled 239. Right? I bowled like 243. I think I missed a head pin once, and I was a little lost, but I got found. It's lost and found again. I'm good at that, right? So I win. I bowled 240. Then he beats me like 270 to 250. Then I bowl 289 and I beat him, right? Then he bowls like 300 against me. I bowled 270. I bowled like 289, 279. I only won one game, right? And then the last game, I bowled 259, and he bowled like 279. And the lanes, if I said the lanes weren't easy, I would sound stupid. But guess what? All around, nobody was shooting nothing. Right? I would have beat everybody by millions. Not Amaletto, though. He's so tough. Then he beat me on the show, too. 248. Made the show. He beat me. 256. I bowled the highest game on the show besides that.
Listen to this. We're bowling the U.S. Open at Carolier in New Jersey. And came down to the position round. And sure enough, I'm in 5th place. Right before the show, I got a bowl Amaletto for the position round. I shoot 240 and fall off the show. He shot 270 to knock me off the show for the U.S. Open. one other time when Oscar Palermo made the U.S. Open show back when we were out in I think this is probably 03, maybe 2003, 2004, something like that. I lost to Oscar Palermo in the position round. He beat me to make the TV show. And then one other time, I don't know who I bowled, but I lost in the position round. I bowled all good games, but the guys, they, and back then the U.S. Open show, their shots, they were pretty tough. And I lost
240th U.S. Open's great.
I shot 240 in the position round at Cavalier against Embledo. It might have been 230, but still, nonetheless, for the story, it's better if I say 240. And sure enough, Embledo knocks me off the show. You got to embellish a little bit. You don't ever embellish when you tell stories, though, do you, Sam?
Oh, you know what? A lot of my stories are exactly true. I have a really good memory. Now, I didn't have the exact score in that Charlie Tapp score, but I was close though, wasn't I? Remember I said 680 to 780 to 770.
Yeah.
Higher. But it was. I'm telling you what. Watching them guys go back and forth, 290, he bowled 290 to win. That is kind of something, Some other guy on my show last week or 2 weeks ago, he wrote a whole column about one time when I beat him bowling 290 the last game. He goes, I had you. There was no way you could beat me. You were going down, and you made I made the 3-6-10 4-7, and then sheeted to win by 4 pins.
Wait a minute. When you're a bowler, when you talk about the split, you're supposed to go in numerical order for the split. You don't say 3-6-10 4-2-1. Like, what the heck?
No, it's 3-6-10. They're on this side. 4-7 into 9. Into 9, Brad. I missed one. First frame, I got 4. And he yelled 4 too, like a Weisenheimer, right? I remember, right? He yelled 4 because he was up like 60 pins on me, and I just left that on a ball change. And well, you know what? I don't even know how. I made that. Pin went flying off the wall. Ding, 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 ding. I made it. Change balls again. Bull 290. Boom. Out he goes. Oh, by the way, I won that tournament. I went on to win that tournament after that happened.
All right.
So the ball I changed to, I struck forever.
So, all right, we got a good story. So we're at the Orleans, and we're bowling the International Eliminator. And this is like the round of 16. It might have been the round of 8, but the round of 16. We got Sammy V, myself, my wife Michelle was there. Other people were all standing around. We were all rooting for Mike Falero. Mike Falero gets up. He gets up in the 10th frame, and he needs a mark in the 10th to be able to move on in the eliminator, right? You got to beat to the top half of the field. So we're all rooting for Mike. Sure enough, he throws a great shot, hits the pocket, boom, 7-10. This guy right here, Sammy V, he doesn't miss a beat. He's like, oh, this is no problem at all. This guy right here. And now the lanes at the Orleans, they have the curtains in the back. You don't bounce out pins at all with those curtains like that.
Very rarely.
Very rarely. Sammy V, he goes, oh, this is no problem at all. This guy, he's just going to just throw the ball down there. Bada bing, bada boom. The pin's going to bounce out, and we got this right here. This is my call. I'm like, no way, you can't bounce pins out. Power of positive thinking. So guess what happens? So Mike Falero, he's using the Storm basketball. Remember that red, white, and blue basketball?
Oh, yeah.
He's using the Storm basketball. He throws it down the lane, and he just went to go get the 10 pin. Boop, 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 comes right out, knocks the 7 pin. This guy right here starts running around. Oh, I'm the greatest. Like, it looks like Ernie Schlegel. I called it. Bada bing, bada boom. I called it. The Stukat. All this stuff.
That was crazy.
And Mike Falero ended up finishing second, I think, in that one. It was $50,000 for second. So that spare was probably worth, I don't know, $45,000 after it was all set.
I think so, because he was up there. Falero was my roommate one time.
One time.
Brad, you disappoint me. Brad, Falero was only my roommate one time, and I think they had big towels too. I'm surprised you didn't spit your water.
This is the size of Sammy's towel. When I room with Sammy, this is all he gets. That's it.
Hey, honey, bring me a white towel and put it on my shoulder. All right. So anyway, bring me a big white towel and put it on my shoulder, okay? Yeah. So anyway, he wins that tournament, right? Right? He wins 100,000. It was like, yeah, it's my roommate. The year before, I don't know if it was the year before exactly. I don't know if they were back to back, but it could have been. You remember Nick Vogelsang, right?
Yeah.
One time, Nick was my sponsor. I mean, not my sponsor, my roommate. We had the same sponsor, Jimmy. He really had the golden touch. It really had not. Wait, look at this, huh? All right. Now, there's a girl who knows how to get a towel. All right, thank you.
Wait a minute. I'm having flashbacks. That's exactly what Sammy looked like coming out of the bathroom. I'm going, oh, my gosh, Sammy, you got to cover that stuff up, man. Cover that up. He goes, hey, that's what you get when you room with me. I'm going, oh, my gosh.
Huh? Hey, I think that was the same year that we played like 7 games and like teasers and parlays.
No.
Was that a different year?
So this guy, we get back to the room one night, and he goes and he's got to call his service for his betting service. Okay, so he's I got to go to the bathroom. So he's sitting in the bathroom for like an hour. I'm like, Sammy, what the heck? Are you okay? You dying in there? He goes, no, I'm getting all my picks and I'm calling my service and okay. So I got all my figures for tomorrow. So we're gonna bet three team parlays. We're gonna bet 9 games. We ought to pop one of them off.
9 games.
Yeah, we ought to pop one of them off. I'm like, all right, how much is it gonna cost me? I don't know. We'll go 100 each one. So 100 for a 3-team parlay. So it cost me 150, Sammy 150. Okay, Sammy, that sounds good. So we're watching all the games. Loser. Okay, well, that's all right. We got this other one going here. The game starts over here in a couple hours. We'll go over and watch that. So I spent all day long watching guys with this guy there at Western Bowl for the Super Hockey. Watching these games, checking on these games. This guy right here, 0 for 9. If we bet the other way, we have 3-team parlay winners.
No, we're going to clobber them.
This guy pays for the service. He pays for his service, spends an hour on the shitter, getting all his numbers straight, getting all his figures straight, and goes 0 for 9, 0.
Oh, we had days like that.
Nada. Oh my gosh, I'm going Sammy. So I lose 150. I'm going Sammy. I'm not betting with you ever again. That's the last time we roomed together. You room with these other guys, they win the tournament. You room with me, I lost my first match at the Super Hockey. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, Brad. I don't know. We both doubles together too, and we missed the over 50, under 50, and we missed. You know, I was so upset that I bowled I started with a really shitty game. I had a bad ball reaction, and I never really got going. You bowled okay.
Didn't get any better. The whole day didn't get any better.
We didn't miss by much. It was right down to the wire. That's probably the last time I missed a cut too. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm just kidding. Hey, we'll do it again though. That's why I got the shirt. Remember, I just gave Josh, because he's done so many nice things for me in the last year and a half or so. So I just gave Josh a shirt for the shop. You know, it's the same shirt that you got, right? Remember, you got the same shirt with the Italy on the back and everything.
Yeah, So get one of my shirts over there. Get one of my shirts. So Michelle. My wife designs all of my jerseys. She gets our 2 daughters together, and they pick out designs. And
that's a beautiful shirt, by the way.
And so she comes up with this logo for the back. You know, me being Italian, she gets this nice colorful logo. So
I'm Italian too, you know.
You think? So we got this logo for the back here. This
that looks good.
This group of Italy here. Okay. So now, Sammy V, what's this guy do? He goes on, he gets shirts made. My design, actually, Michelle's design, my jerseys, same stripes on the side, same logos everywhere. But the only thing he changes, just the name on the back. Changes his name. This was Papa Sammy V on the back right there.
Yeah, you know what, though? I asked you if I could do that, though. I didn't do it without asking you.
No, I know, but
because I thought we would bowl doubles again, and we'll look classy. I bowled doubles with Brett Cunningham this year. We had the same shirts. We look classy. We won.
Going off and running in a whole nother deal.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I'm getting old. My chain of thought goes quickly. You know, it's just the way it goes. You know, dude, I got nobody running down the field.
Yeah, but you haven't changed. You haven't changed at all.
You know, I don't know. I'm just me, Brad. We've had a lot of fun through the years. We've had a lot of ups. We've had a lot of done. I don't know. I mean, we've been pretty good. Remember Top Gun? You used to come in for the Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun tournament.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
over Riviera.
I think I might run into your house. Who knows? You got enough lanes. What do you got? 32 or 24?
24.
That's plenty.
Yeah, and I can turn them. I know how to turn them on too. We haven't been on in a while.
I know, man. We talked about it when I was there. We want to run something for sure at your place. I got to figure out. We all got to figure out how we're going to be bowling again and stuff.
Oh, my God.
You're getting robbed. You're getting robbed of your rookie year. You know, I got robbed in my rookie year too, but it was a different way. Walter was a rookie. 47 titles. He's got a rookie. I bowled like 3 tournaments I won spots in, right? So I was a legitimate rookie. He's got 47 titles. They're calling him a rookie. That's a
so.
You know what? You know what that was? Fake news. That's what that was. Fake news. You know what, though? His very first tournament, he won. You know why? Because he's Walter. He's coming off the kids' tour. He wins that tournament, right? Spectacular. He's so good anyway. But then he's #1 bowler of the world. So I'm bowling a match the next week in California, or the next 2-3 weeks later. I'm in California. I've never even been there before. It's pretty cool. So I'm bowling up in Northern California. Guys, awesome host. Wegman, right? His name is Wegman, right? So anyway, Jimmy, he just had a birthday too. Happy belated birthday, buddy. But anyway, we're there. We're bowling. And I bowl. This is the greatest story, Brad. The first match I bowl a guy, and I'm not with Storm at the time. I'm using another night ball, and I bowled 770. Nobody else bowled like 630. I bowled 770. I had such a look with this ball; it was stupid, right? Right? And I beat a guy from there. His wife comes up to me when we're done. Now I got to bowl Walter next because we had the seedings, you know. So I'm bowling Walter next, and his wife comes up to me and she gives me the finger in the face like this. Where's that? Where's that there? Like this. You better not choke against Walter, she says, right? I don't know this lady at all, right? I've been on tour like this is my 4th stop. You know what I mean? You better not choke against Walter. Not on to me. She really gave me that. She put a lot of pressure on me. So now they oil the lanes and wait till you come on our tour. You think there was a different machine or a different pattern in it? I just bowled 770, right? They oil the lanes. I put my feet in the same place. I play the same place. Can't hit the head pin. Not that I can't like hit the pocket light or it. Can't hit the head pin. So I had to use a whole different ball, play a whole different place, right? And I bowl Walter. And I bowled a very nervous, energy, lucky game. I mean, I'm nervous, man. I mean, this is what I came out to do. I came out to bowl against the best bowlers in the world. I didn't think I was going to get thrown into the fire the first time here almost, right? I could have leaned up to it. But you know me. I always like the competition. You know what I mean? You're gonna beat Sammy V? You got to bring it, brother. Come on, bring it. Let's go. So anyway, I bowled 240, right? Right, and I win. Walter bowled, I think he was a 710. He bowls 2-0. And I rolled a 2-pin forward. I think I got a strike without hitting the head pin even. I was throwing it like too hard. I was too revved up. But I had a lot on it. So anyway, so what happens? The next game, I start with a triple. Now I'm settling in. I'm starting to bowl pretty good. I start with a triple. Walter goes strike, half-10 strike. And I'm a little delusional. I think I can win this match, right? I mean, right now, I think I can win. I won the first 3 out of 5. I won the first game. I got a triple. He's got a mediocre ball reaction. That was the last time he didn't strike for about 1 hour and 6 minutes. All right? He threw the next 19. And I'm saying, oh, my God. I'm getting a little wrath of Walter. This is why he's the best in the world. But you know what? I'm not the smartest bowler in the world at this point, but I'm not too dumb either. I take out my sandblasted ball, and I start throwing balls where he is. I move like 5-6 right where he's playing. And I'm chirping, right? And I really shouldn't be chirping. Really, but that's the high roller mentality coming out of me. You know what I mean? It's only my first year on tour. It's only my first time I'm bowling a big shot, right? So what happens? Throwing a sandblasted ball, he says, "You may beat me, but you're going to have to move your feet." You know what I mean? I'm beating the lane up good. I got a 500 grit throwing it up that track. Well, he throws 19 in a row. Next match, we're nip and tuck. I get up in the 10th frame, and I got the left lane. I mean, we could bet 1,000 a strike on the left lane. I'll get a strike every time. The right lane is tricky for me though. Little hook spot, and if I get it through the hook spot, it goes blah, 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 it don't hit that good. You know what I mean? So anyway, I strike out in the left lane. I come back and I says, "Even serious, man, 1-game match." And I give him a high rolling slogan. Anybody can win in a 1-game match. I yell it out. You know what I mean? And now the place is like, we're the only people bowling. All the other matches are done. And now the place is packing up pretty good here. This is Walter Ray. Everybody wants to watch Walter Ray. I'm only Sammy V. But here we go. What happens? We're going nip and tuck, and he's ahead of me. And I get the strike in the 8th. On my bad lane, I carry the light off it. The 9th frame, I stuff it on the good lane, right? And I says, I got a chance now if he doesn't strike out. And I says, 1 frame game. Anybody can win. Anything can happen. 1 frame game.
Sammy's got the chirp going.
I shouldn't be chirping. And you know what? And I don't chirp like that now. Maybe I should. But I did that because I got a lot of nervous energy. You know what I mean? And I'm not really like I'm not professionally seasoned yet. I'm kind of green off the amateur cycle. You know what I mean? So, but that's what we did. That's what we did in the high rollers. We used to get in their pushes pretty good.
Yeah, you had to talk that way.
Oh yeah, you struck in the 9th, you struck in the 10th. I'm sitting in the box, right, and I'm waiting for him to throw his 11th ball. If he does, he's going to be in the 250s, and I lose. And I'll say, "Oh my God, I can't believe I came all this way, and I'm going to lose this match without getting a chance." And he left a 10, and I had a chance. And now I'm getting up the ball, I'm wiping my ball off of my towel, and all I can see in my face is the lady from last match pointing the finger at me. Where'd she go? Where is it? Pointing the finger at me. You better not choke. That finger. I can't even get my finger to go on the screen. Where'd it go? You better not choke. Anyway, I can see this lady telling me. So I get up there, and I got to be. If it was on the other lane, I would have bet on it. And the place is pretty packed. I don't really realize it, how packed it is, until I throw my first one. I throw my first one, and now I'm a little bit better when I'm playing up and in or a little down and in. I'm better. I strike better. When I curve my ball a little more, I'm not terrible or bad. I just don't strike as much because my ball doesn't go through the pins the right way all the time. So what happens? I stone a 9, right? It was a perfect shot. I stone a 9, and then the head pin, the way it's supposed to, comes right off the wall. Boom, hits the 9 pin. Almost surreal. I'm telling you, it was like, I can remember it to this day. It was 9 years ago. I can remember it almost 10 years ago. I can remember it to this day because it was like surreal, slow motion. And I turned around and I put my finger and go, no, it was my finger. No time for that now, right? And I think that loosened me up pretty good. The place is packed. I'm telling you, it's at least 10 deep and probably 10 wide, right? And I'm a little nervous. Believe it, I am. So I get my next one, and I really got nothing to lose because I'm not supposed to beat him, right? You're supposed to beat me. I'm just a real rookie. You know what I mean? So then I throw my next ball. I throw my next ball, and I got to have it. I get this in like 8. I think I win. So I throw the next ball, and I leave a 10. Right? It was pretty. I threw it a little harder than I left the 9. I moved like a half a board left. And I threw it pretty. I pured it pretty good. And the ball come off the spot. It was a hair late because I told you that lane was a little right. And I left the 10, and the 6 was over here. Watch this, Brad. The 6. Where's that? Where's my towel? I'll show you how it went like this. Right. The 6 went right into the 10. Oh my God! It was like slow motion. My eyes lit up. Look at my eyes. This one over here don't light up too good no more. But this one's that was before I had the Bell's palsy. My eyes lit up, and I said, "Oh my God! I can't believe that just happened." I'm saying to myself, like, you know what I yelled? I yelled, "Pennies from heaven." That's what I yelled. Pennies from heaven. I can't believe it. And in the last one, it didn't matter to me if I rang the dime or not. So I threw it really hard and a lot of jizz on it. And zing, boom. I said, if I leave a ring 10, I win anyway. And I smashed it. And I got the strike. And I won. Oh, my God. I'll tell you what. I could say my whole career, I've had a lot of really good things in my career. I could say that was my most pumped up win, the most blood-flowing win that I've ever had in my life. I won $100. You know what I mean? But I won $100. I won $100, but you know what I did? I beat the number 1 player in the world when he was coming off his great year, because 2010 was the year on tour. So he was coming off the 2010 year, and I beat him. And and maybe I didn't have a lot of respect on tour. Mark, like I wasn't on Storm staff or nothing, and Mark Williams wouldn't even give me a friggin' ball. I'll tell you what, he was the Storm rep. Wouldn't give me a ball. Now I got high roller titles, and I got this and that, and I'm a state masters champion, and I'm a state Hall of Famer, and the whole works. Can't even get a friggin' ball out of this guy, right? Kind of. Were you kidding me? So he was watching the match. He comes up to me afterwards. He shakes my hand. You know what he says? You can get a ball anytime you like. So I guess that just means you got to earn your respect out there. And Walter, he never really knew what hit him. And to this day, we have matches, him and I. And he's beaten me, I've beaten him, and we have matches. And sometimes I strike a lot against him. Sometimes it's not enough. And I say, Walter, you always strike a lot against me. He says, I have to. I says, no, I have to. You don't get it. You know, I mean, I haven't beaten him like the last 2 or 3 times. And he got me on a show. He bowled 288. He had the good carry that day. I bowled really good to get there. But his 288 game was the front 9 or the 10, whatever he had. And I was hoping he bowled 300. That would have been a nice, notable variety. I mean, and just little notoriety. Walter shooting 300 against me, you know. But I led. That was pretty cool. I led the tournament, average 250 in the last round. That was pretty cool. But Walter's, we became very good friends through the years. He really is a great guy. We played some golf. He had 2 eagles in one day. We played golf together. He had 2 eagles in one day. Yeah. One hole, one round. Maybe might have been 1-9 even. He hits the ball pretty far, and he wasn't even playing that much. But we had fun. He's actually a really fun guy. He's a little. Actually, him and I would be probably a pretty good routine because he could be the straight guy. He didn't have to practice or nothing. You know what I mean? And I got the energy. And yeah,
you guys offset each other.
Yeah, we do. He's really a fun guy, though. And I mean, a lot of people don't know him. I didn't know him really well, although I knew him a little bit. Remember Brad, did you come up and bowl in? I think you did, or maybe you might not have. Did you bowl a tournament? Not the Tournament of Champions, but the Players Touring Championship when it was in Stonehenge. Were you on tour yet or no? No, because Rudy and Mike were on tour then.
Yeah,
but you hadn't come out yet. They had it there. But I got to know a lot of those guys because they spent the whole week with me, and I got to feed those guys. I mean, I was there from. I had a crew that did the morning shift. I didn't do the morning shift, but I stayed all night till the last guy was gone every week. And I made wings, and I made pizza, and I made. We had hey Walter, are you there? We had the Edie's ice cream machine. Remember, buddy? I don't even know if you're watching, but we had the Edie's ice cream machine. You know, we had the Edie's ice cream machine. Walter loved it, man. He had he ate more ice cream that week than anybody. Huh.
Really fancy,
Sammy, you're telling all these stories and you're mentioning all these names and you're like throwing it out there like they're just waiting in the wings. Like, hey, you there? Where are you, Walter? Right? Where are you?
You know why, Brad? Because they were there. They were in the paddock. You know what I mean?
No, I know, but I mean, it's just so great that you're on the show and it's just me and you talking. And you're like, hey, you there? Wait, where are you? And it's just, this is so much fun. Yeah, I've known you for so long. I think, gosh, I mean, it has to be over.
I think 32 years. Over 30 years. Over 30 years.
Gotta be. Back.
I think we used to bowl for like $1 a game. When we first met each other, we would bowl for like $1 a game. It was fun.
I got to tell you, we used to bowl everything. I mean, all of the upstate New York tournaments. That was a golden age of bowling. There was the Lilac Scratch Challenge was twice a year.
Oh,
that was in November and in February. And then there was our good friend Richie Sposato bowled had the Buzzsaw Open that Lane Monk had down in Syracuse. And then we had Rich Bennett had the Ideal Open down there.
Oh man, we used to strike $1 million down there. You had to.
I was very fortunate. I won my first Ideal Open in 1994, and then I won it again in '95 and again in '96. I won it 3 years in a row. So, but that was back in
incredible.
the day. Yeah, and gosh, what else was there? You had Pat Malone. He still runs his tournaments down in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, Erie. I used to go to Erie all the time. Yeah. Remember the Channel 4 Open? Remember the Channel 4 Open?
Well, that was a little before my time. That was Frank Cassio ran the Channel 4 Open. I think.
Oh, you weren't there yet?
Yeah, that was a little before my time.
Yeah. You know what? You would have been younger. I was probably like 27, 28 years old when I bowled that.
Yeah, and there used to be 8 to 10,000, 15,000, 12,000 for first place once a month, and if there wasn't any of that going on, we had the Eliminator and the High Roller and the Super Hoinky, and then all around that time there was just so much bowling. Somebody just
we had our own tour.
Yeah, I mean it was unbelievable. There was no reason at all to go on the regular tour in the 90s. No reason at all.
Boot Hill. You're going to talk about the Boot Hill. Dave Armstrong just posted on that.
Yep, the Boot Hill. That was out at Fort Wayne, Indiana. Or no, No, that was the shootout at the
Chicago.
fort. Boot Hill was,
That was
in
there
Chicago.
too.
Yep.
With Calcutta, they had the shootout at the fort at Calcutta too. That's what we got to have at Calcutta, man. That'd be fun.
Then there was a whole series. Track sponsored a series of tournaments in Texas. It was called the Track Texas Masters Tour, and I flew down for one. It was in San Antonio, and
The World Team Film.
yeah, but I mean, I
won a big tournament in Texas.
Yeah, that was it. I flew down. I flew down and I won, and that paid 10,000 for first. So we were bowling all these little piddly tournaments, and then the Mac Daddies was the World Team Challenges that we all bowled. There was everybody. I mean, you just threw in these loaded teams. It was a huge slugfest. The Turbo Grips team. There was the Team USA, and then there was Chris Barnes had a team. Chris Barnes, Bob Goyke was on.
We bowled Goyke's team on TV. You know, remember?
Yeah,
we bowled them on TV. Earl Anthony was the announcer too. That was pretty cool.
Yep. So we had all the World Team Challenges. There was so much bowling back then. And then during the week, we had the sweepers here in Buffalo. Did you ever drive up and bowl any of those sweepers here in Buffalo?
Nah, too far. I didn't drive up for those. But I heard about them, though. I was tempted. But I had enough action where I was all the time.
You know who used to drive up and bowl those? Russ Mills from your neck of the woods at Auburn. Yeah, I mean, a little west of you, but still. It was still an hour and 40 minutes, a good 2 hours for him to get here.
Oh, yeah, just about 2 hours. Yeah,
so,
Russ Mills, he's quite the guy.
Oh, great guy. He's the East region now. He runs all the tournaments in the East region for us for the PBA. So
we had an East region tournament this year. We had an East region tournament this year at Craig Vogel's place in Rome. We bowled. Oh, we forgot that tournament too. That one we come down to like $1,500 it pays, but we bowled that tournament. And Russ came, and while we were in practice, I had the cake come in. Oh, it was awesome. We had what's his name got food to come in from what was the name? I don't know. There's a hotel there. I forget the name of it, but it's really, really good food. They had the East Utica greens. We had tomato pie. We had all kinds of great wings, and good stuff came in. And next thing you know, I got the cake. All the guys, we went in on it, and we got them I think it was $200 or $300 worth of gift cards for us for his 70th birthday. It was pretty cool. And for his 65th birthday, we had a tournament up at Triniski's house. We did the same thing at his 65th birthday. I actually went in and I cooked for that. I made pasta and meatballs, and me and Mike put on a big spread. Mike's got quite the bowling center there, and he's a fine host for us too.
He does a great job, man. He really good job.
Oh, he does. I wish I lived closer. He does a great job at his center.
So we got a couple stories here. I got a couple stories. Walter Palmer asks a question. Did either of us go down and bowl the Vera Papa tournament? Jim Lustig used to run a whole series of tournaments down around Long Island. And one of them, the biggest one, was the Andy Vera Papa tournament. The answer is yes. I used to go down and bowl that every single year. They had the first weekend worth of qualifying. They took so many off the squad. And then the next weekend qualifying. 1 year, I was leading the qualifying. And the way that tournament was, if you led qualifying, you got buys like all the way till the title match. So it was really important.
You were guaranteed second.
And on the second weekend, Tom Smallwood, who now champion on the PBA Tour, he ended up beating me for qualifying. So I think I was seeded second. And then we got to the step ladder, and I lost my first match. I think I finished third. Was the best I ever finished in the Vera Papa tournament. But I did drive down. I did drive down and bowl some of Jim Lustig's tournaments. I ended up winning one in Levittown, and that paid $4,500. And then I'm walking out of the bowling center, and there's a flyer for a tournament in Reading, Pennsylvania, at a place called Jay Lane's. And so I say, well, what the heck? I'll go to this tournament. So I drive through the night, go to Reading, Pennsylvania, bowl that tournament, and I won that tournament. And this was all after the weekend prior is when I won my first Ideal Open. So I won $12,000 to one weekend, $4,500 the next Saturday, and then on Sunday I won $7,500. So I won $12,000 and $12,000 in a matter of a little 9-day stretch. One of the best stretches that I've ever been fortunate enough to have. And then you used to be these you ever come up and bowl the pot games or any of those sort of things?
No, I never bowled.
Oh, guy. Oh, well, another guy that just came on here, a good friend of both of ours, Tommy Kress. Now, how many stories does that guy have?
Oh, you got a bottle of wine? We're ready to go.
That's right.
Wings and things, baby.
You get Tommy Kress goes, hey, when the shark bites, hey, and he goes across the.
Hey.
So I'm bowling Tommy Kress. This is another story I remember. Just as soon as I see his name, I'm bowling Tommy Kress, and we're bowling at Olympic Bowl, and we're bowling in the Western New York Classic Tour. Dave Montemurano from Batavia, he used to run this little tour around here. Yeah. And so, sure enough, I strike out for 254, and Tommy Kress, he's got to get up in the 10th, and he needs 7-2. He's on a strike, 7-2. Actually, I had 255 is what it was. He needs 7-2 or 8-1 to beat me, and he leaves the 3-6-10, right? The 3-6-10, you know, or as Sammy V would say, the 6-10-3. So that's what he leaves. So I start taking my shoes off because he just needs 2 pins, and he takes this ball and he throws it down, and just at the very last second it goes whoop, and he took the 6 pin right out of the middle of the 3-6-10. So I win the match 255 to 254, and then I ended up going on and winning the tournament. So every time I see Tommy Kress, now Tommy, you're watching, make sure you give us the thumbs up for that story, because that is a true story. I win 255 to 254. He could not believe it, and he still talks about, I used a plastic ball and I threw it as dead straight as I could. There's no way I can get to 1 pin. No way. And it happened. Unbelievable, some of the stories. And then this guy that I'm talking to, this guy took the 6 right out. There it is. With an enforcer. Took the 6 with an enforcer. Absolutely true story it was. So now, Sammy V and I, this is just recently now. We're both in our later years of our careers, bowling a tournament down in Waverly, the Valley Scratch Action. Come down to the semifinals. I got to bowl Sammy V, and I'm thinking, well, he's been bowling for a while, you know. I mean, he's probably getting tired. This guy, you want to talk about the Walter Ray story, to where he starts hyping it up. He's throwing his shots, and he knows it's going, so he's got the Statue of Liberty, and whoop, that one strikes. And then comes over to the next lane, throws another one and runs it out. The Sammy V run out. It's another strike. This guy's got to stop striking one of these times. Nope, not even close. I got my clock cleaned by this guy. And I don't know, did you win the tournament? I think you won the tournament, didn't you?
No, I bowled Phil, you know, and he came second the year before. And you watched the match. You stayed and watched. I bowled a good game. I bowled 230, which what we were bowling on was gigantic, right? He bowled like 260. I says, Phil, it's the best game I've ever seen you bowl in your life. Not just, I mean, he bowled a really good 260. No Brooklyns, no rolled twos, and they were hard. And
yeah, they were hard.
I mean, they were hard. He nutted them, and I think he opened in the 10th even. I think he could have bowled 300 maybe or 290. He bowled spectacular though. But that's sometimes when you know that guy you're bowling, that's what they call pop. We only bowled for a couple $100. We split, so that was good money. I made 3,000. I think he got 32.
You know, isn't that the best though? When you get up against somebody and you know you got to bring your best, and you do, and even if you're on the losing end of the stick, isn't those are the best matches to be able to reach out and shake the other guy's hand, say, "Wow, great match." There's no hard feelings. It's like two hecklers. Nobody gets lucky. Nobody shoulda, woulda, coulda won. All this kind of stuff. I hate those matches to where I feel like I outbowled somebody and then they get the roll 2 pin.
Well, that's the worst.
I hate that.
It's the worst when you outbowl somebody and you lose. That's the sad thing about our sport, really. You know, when you outbowl. But it's a part of our sport that kind of keeps the sport going. Otherwise, the best guy would win all the time.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean? You know what? The guy that runs the fastest always runs the fastest. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? It's just the way it goes.
Wait a minute. Wait. Time that. Wait. Say that again.
The guy that runs the fastest runs the fastest. You know? Hey, let me tell you what. If we play golf, what are you, a 2 or a 3 or a 5? What are you?
Yeah, I haven't played
5?
that much the last couple of years, but yeah, I probably would play between a 5 and a 7 now. Sure.
Well, I'm going backwards a little bit too. I'm a little bit worse than bogeys, whatever what that is. You know what that means? That means if you put it in like bowling terms, 185 against like 215 or 220, right?
Yeah, give or take.
185. Right, 185 to 220 guy, he can lose to the 185 guy. It can happen.
In
Not
bowling,
just like once in a while.
You know why? Because
You know
wait a minute, one golf hole is only about 3 frames. You know, I like to say.
Yeah. I'm talking about like a 9-hole match.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's only like 9 frames. You know what I mean?
It's a game.
In my
game, you know.
Well, I understand, but you play one round of golf. Each shot in golf is like 1 frame in bowling. That's kind of the way I look at it. You know,
it's a little smaller. Yeah, because that guy's never going to beat you probably like in an 8-game block. It's like never going to happen. Not too often. You know what I mean? But he could beat you at a game, 10 frames. I'll give you this story. My dad, right? He just had his birthday too, my dad. And thanks to he got all your stuff. It was
Time out. Papa Sammy V, I love you, man. You were always there rooting all of us on all those years. Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Miss seeing you.
Can you believe it? 90 years old. It's amazing.
90. Congratulations.
You know?
Hey, I think I got to sing a whole happy birthday here. Happy birthday to
you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
dear Papa
Sammy
Papa
V.
Sammy V.
Happy birthday to you.
You know what? He's listening right now too. I almost think so. If not, he'll see it on the replay either way.
That's all right.
Yeah, you know what, Dad? We spent this coronavirus got him screwed up a little bit because we were supposed to have a big party, 90s milestone. So all the relatives in Utica did. All my relatives, they had a parade, and they drove all these cars, probably 7 or 8 cars, full of all the relatives, all the cousins and sisters and brothers, and they all were beeping the horns and stopped the parade in front of his house. He came out. They brought up his sister. In a mask, not America with the masks, right? He brings up with the mask, gives him all his cards. I mean, his hand is tired. He's been doing scratch offs for about 3 days now. He's got about 60 scratch offs, man. I hope he find. If you don't get a good one, throw that coin out and get another one. You know what I mean? But yeah, my and you know my dad. I mean, I put a picture of Facebook on him. He got almost 600 likes. He got probably 350, 400 people actually responded. My dad knows a lot of people. He used to come to the bowling all the time.
Oh, he was
some people actually sent him cards. Yeah, he loved it too. Dad was great. Went to dinner with us all the time. And, you know, my sister worked for the airline, so my dad used to fly for free. You know what I mean? It was a pain in the ass for him to get there sometimes, but he'd be there all day long. And he had his buddy. You remember Mario? His buddy Mario? He'd be there. My Uncle John be there. My Uncle John was kind of loud. He's not with us no more, him or Mario. I kind of miss that when I go to Vegas. But they were there, and we were having fun. But, you know, getting back to the story, my dad's bowling. I'm in North Carolina, right? North Carolina with my sisters and my nephews, and we're all bowling, right? So my dad's probably about 83, about 7 years ago. He's 82, 83. The lanes are scorched. I got 2 balls with me in my shoes. Right? I'm playing like left of the left gutter. I got no shot. I'm bowling 180 tops, right? My dad's using a house ball, that I should have been using, and a house shoes, and he's standing a little bit right of center, walking a little right, and kind of yanking it up 5, 7 bagger, 1 hole, 243, hadn't bowled in 10 years, probably ain't bowled since. You know what I mean? So that being said, he says, I'm retiring. I kicked your ass. That's it, Dad. You got me.
That's right.
And I know I'm not getting. You know, it's not like Walter. Where I could get a rematch. There's no rematch here. I'm done. I'm toast.
Yeah, that don't matter, man. That's so great. That's what is a great
something?
Story.
Oh man, let me tell you what. He'll tell you that story too. He'll take it with him. I got you, and I gave my father one of my 300s and one of my 800s. He wears them all the time. You know, it's pretty cool. You know, that's how I got started. My mom and dad bowled years ago. My dad won the high. They used to call it high 10 back then. High 10 or high game in the city tournament, Utica, New York. I think it was 1968 or 69. I was 10 or 11 years old. And 2 weeks later, my mom won the same high 10 or the same thing for the women. And my dad had 265, but my mom, 267. She got him. She had the highest game. So, and my mom, let's see, she cooked dinner. You had dinner at my mom's house, right? You ever had dinner at my mom's house?
I think maybe one time. I think it
was me and you and Gwendon and Falero.
Yeah.
We were bowling at a tournament and Mom cooked for everybody.
I think it was after the Buzzsaw Open.
Yeah, one of those things. Yeah, we did it there. I mean, when the guys come to town, she's getting a little older now. She doesn't cook for the guys that much no more. Although a couple years ago, the U.S. Open was in Syracuse. Remember? Did you get a chance to bowl that or no? Yeah. So anyway,
yes, I did.
The guys from Senior Tour were there, and we got the squads at the right time. I had Walter and Fancy over. I had Johnny Petraglia over. I had Pete Weber over, and I had Parker Bone over. My ma cooked for everybody. Man, was it unbelievable. I got pictures and everything. And of course, Tracy was there. My father wasn't feeling good, so he couldn't come. But we had it was the greatest time. And those guys told stories, and we all drank. Hey, Tommy Crest, we all were drinking wine. Go figure. You know what I mean? But we had a good time. We had just simple spaghetti and meatballs, what Mom makes. You know what I mean? And we had a really good time, and everybody, we took some pictures, and my mother got to sit down and break bread with all the people she watched on TV and all of her favorites. And I think 2 years before that, Mark Roth came over with Denise for my mom's 80th birthday. She had come over because they live in Fulton, you know. I says, Mark, and he was in Syracuse a lot, you know, and at the time, and he's not feeling good. I say prayers for that man all the time, but I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't help as much as it should. But he was there, and he made my mom really happy. And he was, God, you know, I mean, I didn't know Mark Roth really well, but he was just so happy to be there eating a home-cooked meal with Mom. And, hey, I'm coming here all the time. And, you know, my birthday's this such and such a date. I'll be back. And you know, Denise, she's a saint. She's this wonderful girl. I miss them a lot. They're really good people. But the bowling world, Brad, I mean, that's how we met. You know, if we never bowled, you know, if I was a golfer, not a bowler, or if I did something else in this world, a lawyer, an Indian chief, you know what? We'd never be friends, pal. And that would be a shame because, I mean, your dad was an amazing guy. He was fun. I knew your dad for quite a while. He used to come watch us bowl all the time, too.
All the time. You know?
He
never
Come
missed
on, Sammy. Come on, Sammy. You can get them. Let's go. Pump these guys up, he'd tell me. I said, that's not
right.
a problem.
That's right.
Knocking them down might be a problem, not pumping them up. Because we bowled team challenges. We made a show.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll never forget the show we made. I know, Mark Bradley, you're not listening probably because you don't bowl anymore. Mark Bradley was a hell of a bowler. He was the big guy. He had more hand than anybody.
Great.
But on these team challenge shots, he had air. And we're trying to make the show. We're in the middle. We bowled him leadoff, right? There's no place to hide him. We could semi-hide him at leadoff. We were telling him, just get us marks. It's just a spare. Mark, we told him, just throw it at the head pin. Don't try to shape it because he'd get 5. The pins would be everywhere but where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
This guy made a whole different definition of grandma's teeth. You know what I'm saying? Remember we told him, throw it at the head pin.
Just hit the head pin, Mark. Come on, man.
Hit the head pin, make your spare. You know what? He grinded. He did. We made the show.
Who was on that team? Was that me, you, Mark Brad, maybe Paul Ashby?
No, you know who bowled with us? Robbie, Bob Euchre's sister married her. Robbie Causer.
Robbie Causer.
Yeah, and he was great back then.
Oh, yeah.
What a team we had.
Great.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, and I think we bowled one other time. I bowled with you and McLean. Oh, yeah. Doug Kent. Me, you, McLean, Doug Kent, and the Chin. That was a great team. We had a great team. And we bowled. We won a bunch of money the day before in the brackets because we powered up. We bang away, right? But this particular day, nobody could get it going. We'd bowl Baker. Right? We were switching the lineup and doing this and that. I says, where do you want to put that one strike? You know what I mean? You know, we just were bad that day. We couldn't strike. Let me tell you, in the beginning, when I first used to bowl them, I had a hard time with Baker. It was really hard because you don't bowl that many shots and you're not lined up. It was tough. You know, 5-man team, they give you 10 minutes of practice, you're barely loose. And then you bowl all day, not really loose. You're only throwing a couple of shots. And if you weren't zeroed in on where to go, man, you bowled the whole day lost. It's a sick feeling. Especially, bowling lost by yourself. You have a bad day. You get something to eat, you have a drink, and call it a day. Bowling lost. You got 4 other guys that you're trying to help. That's a bad feeling.
Really bad. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
been there too many times.
Hey, we all been there and done that, And that was the last time I bowled with you guys, and then you got Rudy to replace me. And off I went into the sunset. You guys got Rudy. Sammy V took the chocho. I wasn't even low on the team. I don't know. It didn't matter. I wasn't Rudy either. Rudy's Rudy. I'm not even complaining about that. But I had, you know what? I'm actually glad you did it because I had a blast. I bowled with a lot of different people, and we won. We bowled our one team. I think the bowling ball bag company. What are they called again? I'm bad at names. What's the bowling ball? Yeah, KR. They make all the bags, right? Mike Stout, right? Mike Stout. He's a good softball player too. And I haven't talked to him in ages. He used to support my Top Gun tournament too. And he's just, Mike, I hope you're doing good. You're probably not listening either, but you should be because you were a great guy.
He's a great guy.
He was a great guy. He supported bowling in so many ways. We were really good friends too. But anyway, he could bowl pretty good too. He was not bad. So anyway, Mike Stout from Chicago. I bowled with the KR team. It was me, and it was Armstrong and Hera. You're going to make me remember all these names now, too, right? Sap bowled with us, and the other guy that bowled with us, I'm going to forget his name. He's going to hate me. I think I got it written down over here. Don't tell nobody. Because it was on my show last week. I do somewhere. Hold on, I'm going to look it up. Nah, it ain't here no more. Nah, so much for those notes. But anyway, with that being said, we had more fun, and we won. I finally won one of those. It's hard to win, Winning's not easy. You know what I'm saying? The teams were great, but we won, and we were in the lead. We had the straight throwing. Ricky Harris straight and Armstrong straight. Oh, Keith was his name, right? He was straight guy, and Samp was really good. He was just coming up, becoming really good, right? And me, right? And I could be straight. I could hook it. It doesn't matter. But anyway, we're bowling, and we hung on for third. But you know how the lanes got really chewed up at the end. We hung on for third. And my team was so down. I said, guys, you had nothing to be down on. This is a really open and closed case. 2 things are going to happen. We're getting ready for the show, right? I said, there's only 2 things going to happen. They're going to make us bowl on the burn, and we got no shot. Okay? We got no shot if we bowl on the burn because we're bowling all the hook guys. Bill O'Neill and Farrell, all those guys, Kenny Abner, all those guys, they're all hooking it, right? We're bowling those guys. But I put my hand in my finger in the air like this. But I says, if they re-oil them, forget about it. It's over. So this match is not even determined by bowling at all. It's determined about if the machine goes down the lane or if it doesn't. Guess what? It did. We won. That was the easiest bet we ever made. We won by like 478 on the fresh. That was huge, right? The other team bowled like 418, and on the other game we only bowled like 380. We won by like 60. So it was good. We beat Billy O'Neill just before he went on tour.
I'm telling you, those team challenges, they were brutal, unbelievable. Yeah, if you had 3 190 games, you made money in brackets, and if you went 2-0, 2-0, 2-10. You had the hogger in brackets. You clobbered them in brackets. So those were some good years.
We had days. We had some good days, but it was hard. I mean, we would fire, and we took some beatings in brackets through the years. I'd get into 100 of them, spend $500, and there were some times when I made $2,000. And other times when I made 2 cents. You get that one pair, and it's like, all right, who shipped this pair in? Your ball's going woo or wee. You had no chance. You know what I mean? 5-man bowling's brutal too because you're going slow. You're watching other people's balls, and we weren't as smart then as we are now. We're way smarter now. You know what I mean? We knew more about what the people in front of us did compared to what they do. Now we know better.
Exactly.
Then we didn't know. Now we look for it. Like we're bowling on tour. I'm looking for. Am I following Emiletto? Am I following a guy using urethane? I'm already looking at 2 pairs over. I got the startup sheet in my hand to see, okay, I'm going to this pair. Who started here? Who practiced on this pair? Why is my ball going 60 feet? Oh, this nimwit practiced there using urethane. Never makes the cut. He's using urethane.
That's right.
And tear the sheet up and throw it out. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at all this different stuff. But you know what? but we're getting better. That's why I tell people, you know what? I'm going to be 62 next month. I think I'm bowling the best I've ever bowled ever. Not because I'm physically bowling so good. First of all, the bowling equipment is ridiculously good. I mean, I bowl for Storm, and I don't, I can't say about the other balls. I know they're good. I watch guys bowl with them. You know what I mean? And all the bowling ball companies are good, but my balls are really good. Just, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say anything but ask for Tracy. So, because she's always running out in the car and get them, and we're bowling, right? And I'll be bowling like half a crappy, and I'll send her out to the car. I says, all right, take these two out and bring these two back in. And then I'll throw one on the fill ball, and I didn't like it. I'll throw the other one to start the game. I'll bowl 270. And she'll say, honey, your trunk is full of balls. How do you know which two to grab? I says, well, you just know. You know because you got to know your balls, And Brad, not for nothing. Me and you had that conversation the day we didn't make the cut. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
The day we didn't make the cut. We had a conversation a little bit about Bull U, and you taught me about this and reading the ball and all this. And that helped me out a lot, actually, as the future going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, maybe if we bowled good and made the cut, we never would have had that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe if we would have bowled good and made the cut, we would have never had that conversation, and you wouldn't have beat me in Waverly last year because you wouldn't have known what to watch for. So, see?
Yeah, you know what? It could be.
I screwed myself.
It's like going to the movies, right? My wife says, well, there's 10 minutes of previews. You don't have to get there for them. And I says, honey, I like the previews of coming attractions. I like it. You know why?
Yeah, you got to watch
that's what we do in bowling. We got to watch the preview of coming attractions. Who's bowling where and where they're playing. And why all of a sudden is Walter playing two-handed and playing the fourth arrow when he was playing 7? You know what I mean? Why did he jump in there on this pair? You know what I mean? I'm going to that pair next. But you know what? We're smarter now. The bowler is smarter, way more educated. The bowling balls are unbelievably good. I move, in my league this year, right? And I've always been a good league bowler. Not just on league shots, but just in general. I'm a competitor, And I'm bowling in the league this year, in a new house I haven't bowled in, and I'm averaging like 210. 30 games, I'm averaging 210. I'm embarrassed. Here I am, I'm bowling on tour. I go away on Saturday, Sunday, I win a tournament. I win a regional, right? I come back in, I bowl 640. Guys are bowling 680s, some small 7s, 670s, Guys I bowled with, for the last 5-6 years I've been living in Norwich, I out-averaged by 4 or 5 pins every year. They're out-averaging me by like 15. And I'm saying this is the right. Every week, 2 balls in, 2 balls out, 2 balls in, 2 balls out. So a guy from your neck of the woods, I'm not going to remember his name. Big guy, bald, Buffalo, throws the balls. Throws the ball great. What's his name? Come on, you guys got the name. Knows George Zabalewski really good. I'm bad at names. I'm going to have to apologize to him. Knows George Zabalewski really good. Sean O'Keefe, right? Sean, Sean?
Oh, yeah, Sean O'Keefe. Yeah, he throws it great.
Oh, he's a great bowler, right? I guess he throws balls, too. So we're bowling someplace.
Sean McKee. Sean McKee.
He's
the one that
Sean
took
McKee.
a 4-bagger on you in that tournament.
Yeah.
To teach you for the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
So anyway, Sean McKee says, drill the ball out, Sammy, because he was down at George Pappas's house. That's how I met him. I didn't meet him from Buffalo. I met him from George Pappas's house. There's a tour stop bowl there. So he's down there, and he took a liking to me because I'm back from up north, right? So he's there, and we're bowling, right? He says, put the pin.
It's called a pin.
Hey, I know it's a pin. Right through the middle finger. I was trying to figure out which finger I was putting it in. So put the pin right in the middle finger and kick your mass bias way out there. I says, don't you want me to? Because I had a ball with the pin above it a little bit, right? He says, no. And that one worked okay, but it cracked. He said, put it right in there. He says, it'll lower the diff for you. And it won't come off the spot quite as hard. Because it was really wet, dry bullshit, right? Couldn't stand right. My ball go left. Couldn't move left. Because if I didn't get it to the right, it never hooked. And if I got it there too soon, I didn't have enough speed to make it not hook. You know what I mean? So I was like, 210. That's how 210 happens, right? So I took this ball out. Long story short, 2 300s. Nobody bowled 300 in the league yet. 2 800s, 828, 827, 2 790s. I averaged 253 the next 30 games. And my average in the league is 231 and a half. Is that stupid? Is that stupid? I usually average about 232, so that's what I averaged. But is that stupid how a ball, I wasn't a different bowler, I'm bowling all the time, right? Is that silly? Not really stupid, but silly.
No, you want to know what it really is, Sammy. You want to know what it really is. It has everything to do. It has everything to do with you have to match up, and for some people, the easiest way for them to match up is a different ball. But once you start learning about Bowl U and Bowl U theories and teachings, you can match up with just about any ball that's out there, but you have to know what you're looking for. So, you know, and one of the things that you said was when Sean McKee said to, you know, drill at a little lower pin, it won't be so quick off the spot. Really what you're saying is, in Bowl U language, the lower that you drill a pin in a ball, the smoother response time that ball creates for that ball.
Yes.
So that as it comes in contact with more and more friction, it's a smoother to that friction. Therefore, easier to control the pocket, and you can use a little less angle, which is exactly what you are best at. When you can use less angle, you end up learning, because you use the head pin probably as good as anybody that I've ever known, right? You want that ball right up on that head pin. You want that ball to be coming in right up on that head pin, and then you'd rather have the trip 4 than the week 10. So and that's just your game.
Most of my strikes are flush. Most of the time, my strikes, when I'm bowling good, 10 in the pit, 10 in the pit,
exactly.
10 in the pit. Is there a pro shop named that? Is there a pro shop? Hey, I hear this guy might want to try to do me a ball or two. He might come out and visit.
I think
you know what? I really feel bad. I really feel bad because if I was in Syracuse, I would come visit all the time. It's easy. On the thruway, 2 hours, 20 minutes, done, right? But I'm an hour and a half from Syracuse, hour and 20 minutes. You know what I mean? So that makes it a 3.5 hour drive. I could go to New York City faster than I can get to your house. So it makes it harder. And you know what? I miss all my Western New York friends. You know, I don't get the Buffalo. Sometimes I go there on the way home from Ohio and I come through. You know what I mean? I don't get the Erie hardly at all. I don't get the Buffalo. You know what though? I'm a firm believer of the yin. There's wait to go. There's the yin and there's the yang. Where to go? There's the yang. But anyway, with the yin and the yang, I'm a firm believer because what happens is, because I haven't been to Buffalo and Rochester a lot, I go to Albany a lot. And I met a whole new world in Albany. I mean, not really met them. I just kind of rekindled them, you know? And Don Harrington, really good. Richie Spratt out of Albany. All these different guys that I know. Marty, we both down there at Marty's place, right? And the Goose was there. They used to get me. And we went down to Bo Marty's team tournament. You remember the Goose, right? Fair So we're down there, right?
Fair guy.
And I'm going to tell you what, I'm a character. This guy's a way up there character. Man, sometimes I'm a little crazy. He's a lot crazy. I had to calm him down on tour. The guy threw a Brooklyn against him to beat him in a match, and he was going off on him and everything. He went out and had a cigarette, and he threw him out. You know, they said, "Oh, you want
Goose is a different kind of a character. I mean, he's not a Sammy V character.
I'm a good stuff character.
Yeah, you are.
Good stuff.
Goose is Goose. I mean, they'll never make another Goose. They broke the mold when they made him. They broke the mold when they made you. So
Two different molds.
Two different molds. That's right.
Oh,
Brad,
you
want to know who another good guy is from Syracuse? If he ever sees this, because somebody shared it, good friend of mine, Tommy Donato, out there in Syracuse. Albany. Love Tommy.
It's another of the guys. We won his tournament. He had a tournament up in Glens Falls, and he made the lanes kind of hard, right? So, but if you could play kind of straight and to the right, like you were talking about, I like to play from the right. Well, who else plays from the right that I bowl with? Brett Cunningham plays from the right good too. Guess what? Two rights didn't make a wrong that day. We slaughtered him.
That's right. Yeah, Brett Cunningham's the real deal too. You know, I mean,
he's so good. Can't bowl on tour. It's not. I had to mentally tell him because he was ready. I mean, it has nothing to do with you. I says it's the way the lanes and the game is played out there. It's just guys that throw it normal. There's no place for them on tour. You have to have the mega buck, crazy rev rate, or you can't bowl.
Yeah,
you can't compete.
That's the crappy part. You know, I tell guys around here. You know, guys that come in the shop. You get people rooting from you. from around back here at home, and they're watching you, and gosh, you're trying so hard to climb up to the ladder. You feel like you're making a run. Like I made a decent little run this year at the Tournament of Champions, and
you did.
Everybody's rooting for you, and man, I'll be damned. You know, those guys, they're just it's so difficult to keep up with all those. There she is.
There she was.
With her on the way by.
I think she's going out to try to find a ball. I think she's going out to try to find a ball for me.
Yeah, good. So
she brought me a towel. I got the towel. I got the towel. You know,
listen. I got to tell you what. We got Tommy Kress. Tommy Kress is watching.
Yeah.
I've known Tommy since he had, since his hair in the back was about a foot long. And I'm sure he had, I don't know if it was real or not, if he got a perm for his mullet or not, but man, he had one of the best mullets of anybody I knew. And
he did. I've known him longer than you.
Yeah, well,
older, you know?
Tommy wants us, if you remember a guy from here in Lockport, he grew up here in Lockport, and his name was Mike Fiedler. Do you ever remember a guy named Mike Fiedler?
Oh, no. I know Mike Fiedler really good. He was a big guy. That's how I know him, because I'm a big guy. He was a little bit bigger than me, but man, was he smooth and with a lot of hand.
Well, I got to tell you what, he was real. I grew up bowling over across town here at a bowling center called Allie Brandt's that was owned by Allie Brandt. And Mike Fiedler would always be sitting there watching, and then every now and then Mike Fiedler would go out and he would practice. Man, my jaw would drop watching that guy bowl. And you want to talk about a low-keyed, stay in the back type of guy.
Yes.
But Mike Fiedler at one time, and you know, I'll put this comment up because Tommy Kress is right. Mike Fiedler at one time, the ABC tournament, which is now the USBC's, they had a running total for the highest averages. And at one time, Mike Fiedler had one of the top 10 averages. He was in the top 10 for the running total of like a 10 or 20 year span. And that's what Tommy Kress was talking about. And, but you know, Mike, he never really bowled tournaments. He was just a low-keyed type of guy. But man, he threw it great, and it was so clean off his hand. And you know,
Buffalo had so many good bowlers. There's so many good bowlers out of Buffalo. I mean, we could do a whole 2-hour show, and you could just like say their name over the last. God, I've been bowling. I probably started bowling in the Buffalo area about 77, 78, you know, that type of deal. So we're talking like 40, 43 years, right? And some years more than others, right? But we could go 43 years back. There's so many good bowlers.
Well, I got to tell you, of all the names from around here in Western New York, there seems to be one name that is just a notch above all the other names. Who is it?
It's the Bakes.
No, I wouldn't even say Bakes. Now, Bakes was out on tour, but we're talking all the action going on in Buffalo, all the tournaments.
Oh, Newman.
Yeah, right. Now, you say that and your shoulders go up. Oh, of course, it's Newman. And you're 100% right. Mike Newman.
He was in his own world. He was after Bakes, though. Bakes was long before him, because Newman's not as old.
Well,
he's not as old as me, even.
So somebody here is wanting to know what is one of your most infamous Newman stories, because there's a lot of them. So go ahead.
Oh.
This is the wind it down. We're running into almost an hour and a half now, Sammy. So this has went by great, and I really appreciate your stories. Yeah, seems like only 10 minutes.
I'm on the same bottle of water. We just started.
Yeah.
I mean, the towel's not even wet.
So you got to tell your Mike Newman story. Go ahead.
You know, I was kind of fortunate. I didn't bowl against Mike Newman a whole hell of a lot. You know what I mean? Because one reason or another, the way brackets were, this or that, and I never bowled with him. I never bowled with him as a teammate. Maybe once in a Bowler's Journal double set. That was about it. So I really don't have a lot of really good stories except for watching. You know what I mean? I mean, I watched them both 600. 600 is a pretty good score in some places. Ideal, that'll get you by barely. He bowled 600. That was for 2 games.
Two games. And you want to know the funny part about that? I was there that day. The guy that he was bowling said something, pissed him off, and they both started out with a double, and the guy ends up having he leaves a 10 pin, rings a 10 pin, and makes a spare, and Mike looks at him and says, "You lost," and ended up going off the sheet for 300, and then shot another 300 right then after that. And I got another story too. I'm in the final match of the Buffalo Masters at Thruway Lanes, 4-game total pin match, and after 3 games, we're basically even, basically tied, 1-game match. He walks through the crowd, goes way over to the cafe there that was at Thruway Lanes, grabs a chair, brings the chair up from above his head, sets it down right behind the pair, and called his girlfriend up and says, "Here, sit right here. I'm going to bowl 300." And I'm like, "Mike, come on, let's just bowl." He shot 300 at me the final game, and he called it right before he did it. That's one of my Newman stories. Actually, I have 2 Newman stories. He told the guy he lost in 3rd frame, you lost. You're done." The guy ended up shooting like 530 or 540. He lost by 60 because Newman said, "Yeah." And he was so mad at the guy that his whole attitude was, "You know what? I'm going to kick your ass." And he did. He shot 600 for 2 games at the Ideal Open.
He did. He was so good. I mean, he hooked it when nobody really hooked it. Maybe him and Rudy about the same time. On my show a couple weeks ago, I said they shouldn't call the messenger a messenger. They should call it a Rudy. Because you know what? You know what they call double pinochle? I didn't tell you this one. This is the double pinochle, right? Double pinochle, 2 and 2. We call it a Nixon.
Yeah. What pins are the double? Wait, no, you got to call. What pins are they? It's the
4, 6, 7, 10. 4, 6, 7, 10.
Yeah, but now you say that one right. You're supposed to say it the way now it's the 10, 6, 4, 7.
Let me tell you what. There's no wrong way to say it as long as you get the right ones up.
That's right.
3, 6, 10, 4, 7, 9.
Doesn't matter if we're shuffling the cards and playing Yahtzee or not. It doesn't matter as long as you got all the numbers in there.
Hey, you know what? If I hit 16 and I get the 5, I'm good to go. Okay, it's simple as that. But I'll tell you, man, we did take up about an hour and a half here, didn't we? This went way easier with somebody here. I got to figure out how to get somebody on my show. I don't even feel tired.
Maybe I should come on your show, for crying out loud.
Yeah, we could just pick up, man. We got a book. We could put a little marker in the book and pick up from here. We could say, all you people that missed Brad's show, go watch that one and pick this one up, and we're done. You know what I mean? You know what though? I would tell you what. Here's what we got to do. We got to have a match. You and I. I'll come out to your center. We got to have a best of 7, right? Best of 7, and we'll do it for charity. We'll get a charity, some kind of charity in Buffalo in the area. We'll do it for charity, and we'll raise money. We'll have there's got to be, what, Josh is good at all this stuff. We'll let Josh put it together. We got to have where people could go on.
For me, I'm raising money, a fundraiser for me. Let's do it.
You know what? We can have a best of 7, no house shot. We'll put out something like 3 to 1 or something. You know what I mean? So when I bowl 300, they don't say it's a house shot. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
You pick the shot, we'll put it out. That sounds fun.
Oh, you know what? That sounds pretty good. We'll put out the old Johnny Betray. I don't know if you have it or not, but that'll be good, though. We'll have fun. I'll come out. As soon as this pandemic is over and we can come to your house, I'll come out. We'll play. We'll go to dinner. We'll have some fun. We'll put it on live. But what we got to do, though, is we got to have a GoFundMe page for the charity. It'll be nice. We'll give it to some kind of charity. It'll be fun.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Do you realize that for the last 5 Mondays that EJ Tackett and I've been doing the same thing?
Yeah, I do. But I want a piece of your ass, though, is what I'm saying. I do. I've been watching you guys play, but we're going to do it on the same pair, the same place. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll do it, but you guys been doing. Who's been winning anyway? I don't pay attention too much. Who's been winning?
I was pretty fortunate. I ended up bringing in Jason Sterner. We bowled a couple doubles matches against EJ and his brother Zach, and Jason carried me through the whole thing. So he bowled great.
We talk about tour. That's another guy that I didn't know at all, and I became very good friends with. Is Jason Sterner. He's like class act, man.
Yeah.
And boy, does he throw it good. He throws it good.
Well, he throws it even better now. He throws it even better.
Yeah, I hear you've been working with him, so that's good. I mean, he's always been, great, but now he beat us in a title match. It was Bakes, and it was a 60-50 under 50 match, right? It was Bakes. He was the 60 guy, I think, and then it was Shrumdog, and then it was Jason. Right? You know the Shrumdog yet or no? Oh, you Jeff Shrum. I don't know. It's good friends of Bakes. He's a hook guy, right? So they both together, the 3 hook guys. Well, you know Dickie Grand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dickie Grand never had a title, right? Joe Bailey, you know Joe Bailey.
Yep.
These are my buddies from Ohio. Great bowler, Joe Bailey, right? And myself, I was the 50, Dickie was the 60. Well, we bowled, right? It was Baker, a lot of Baker matches, right? And we led. We were like in 4th. After 2 matches, we were in 1st. We ran away with it. Because you know why? We had a good team, too. They had a good team. But we smashed them. Anyway, with that being said, you got Hall of Famer Bakes. You got Shrum's got a bunch of titles in the regional level. And then you got Jason's got a title or two on tour. So, against Dickie Grand, no titles. Joe Bailey at the time, no titles. And I had about 6 maybe, right? So, I mean, and we already beat him twice. And now we got to bowl the title match. I said to the guy, how many times are you supposed to beat the guys when you're the underdog? I mean, you beat them once, you're doing good. We beat them twice already. Why do we got to bowl another time? We're 300 ahead. You know, we lost 20 pins maybe. And I wanted to win so bad. Dickie Grand, not for me, but Dickie Grand never won. And if I could have been a part of his title, that would have been something. You know what I mean? He's a great guy, great supporter of a lot of guys on tour. You know, he sponsored a lot of guys. And he sponsors tournaments and stuff. You'll see him when you come bowl the 60-50 tournament in I think it's in Canton, Ohio. They're going to have that in October, like the second week, if everything goes kosher.
Yeah,
I would. That's a little ways away for you, 4 hours, maybe 5.
No, that's nothing.
4.5.
That's nothing. I jump in the car and I mean, it's nothing for me on the weekend to drive 7 to 10 hours. It's not a big deal. Jumped in.
I know. We do that. You know why? Because we're nuts. Someday they're going to come and take us away. You know, we go for $7,500. Costs us about $1,000 to bowl for $7,500, and it's not like we got the giant edge. We're bowling the best bowlers in the world, history of the world, and if we win, we're only going to make about $6,000, right? Which is Petunia Suites compared to what we used to bowl for in the 80s when the money was worth twice as much, maybe 3 times.
Right.
So
that's right.
What are we doing?
He's right.
Someday we're going to be in a bowling center, and all these guys in white coats are going to come in and going to take us off because every one of us is crazy. Every one of us is crazy. But you know what we are? We're crazy in love with the game of bowling, man. And that's what it's all about. You know, we do these shows. We got a lot of passion. You know, we wear our Bull U shirts or our Vice or our Storm. I'm not Vice, though. You know that Turbo. But it's all the same. Good companies. We got Storm behind us. We got the Pit Nation. We're always out there doing the right thing. Talking about our people, you know, I do the mongoose glove a little bit here and there. Keeps my hand a little steady when we need it. You know, it's fun. You know, it's fun. And you know what we do? You do it. I do it. A lot of us do it. Most of the guys do it. We give back to the game. We teach the people coming up, you know, so they can keep the game going. It's going to be hard to keep this game going. There's a lot of.
I love it, Sammy. I got to be honest with you. I try to explain it to people. People ask me, you know, well, it must be great that you're able to do something you love, and that is true, but really, it's in a lot of ways, it's parallel to like a bad marriage too. You know, you love the game so much, and the game can give you only so much, but financially, Minja, it's so tough to try to make a living.
It's hard
for all these
years.
To make money. But I've always said it's the people. It's driving back to the same tournament year after year after year after year and seeing those same people. You know, you walk in the door and it's like you never left. And
you know what? You're so right. Wait till you come on our tour. Our tour is amazing. And I know your tour's got to be good too. Our tour is amazing. The people are going to greet you. And Tracy comes to a lot of my stops, you know. And the guys, Tracy gives the best hugs. So you'll probably get on the hug list, you know. Hey, look, don't reach around now. I'm telling you, just a hug.
Hey, that's okay. You know, the best news for you is that when you're rooming with Tracy, you don't got to worry about the size of the towels.
You know what? Towels. Who uses towels?
That's right. That's right.
Oh, Brad, we can't. I hope we get the bowl this year. Maybe the last 4 stops we can bowl. Maybe Minnesota, and then we can go to the other 3 stops. All owned by the same guy. you know, and he's a wait till you meet. Wait till you meet Dave. He's so good. It's just
Oh no,
gonna
I
be.
know Dave. I know Dave. We taught a big Bull U camp out at his place in Jackson with Andy Schneibelt. Had Rick and I over there, and we taught a bunch of coaches. We worked with Charlie Tapp was there, so he got exposed to Bull U. Loves it. Loves Bull U stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We still got to get you one of these Bull U things.
Oh yeah, I got to come up and then get one, and then maybe I can help you teach it, and then I can spread the word in different areas when I go too.
That'd be great. Let's do it.
I'll get about. Do I get a Bull U shirt though? Do I get one like that? I kind of like that right there. Looks good.
Yeah,
I already got one of your.
You got the whole logo right here. Bull U.
Hey, you know what? I could tell you what I got. I already got one of your other shirts. I might as well get one of these too. You know.
Perfect. I love it.
That's good. Hey, Brad. Thanks for having me on your show.
What an honor, my friend. What an absolute honor.
We did great today. This was pretty good, man. I think we got to find a way to make money off this somehow. I mean, we entertained for a long time.
Hour and 36 minutes right now, Sammy. Hour and 36 minutes.
Hey, you know what? When people go on and they look at it and they start talking about it and everything else, how many do you think people we get to watch it overall?
Well, at any
5,000.
Yeah, we'll end up getting 5,000 views over the course of the thing. But I got to tell you what, never have I done a show, and we've done a fair amount of shows over the last few months. I've never done a show without welcoming everybody. By the time we went live, you were hysterical by then, buddy. It was just so great to have you.
Oh man, I was lost and found, man. I miss you. I miss you so much. I miss all the guys. You know, I don't get to see Falero or Gwendon anymore. You know, those guys are. I mean, we sat there and pounded those video machines. Video machines, remember? Oh my God! Oh, that's why. Tell me that. Tell me a story. Come on.
Dave Gwynn. Well, at the High Roller, they had all the sweepers and the VIP tournament, and then the sweepers, and you used to talk about how many sweeper titles you'd had, and you know, through the years, Gwendon had a couple, I had a handful, and it was great. Well, then the High Roller started running the video poker sweepers. So you'd have to swipe your card, and at the end of each day, whoever had the most points on their card won the sweeper. They won $500. Gwendon and Falero, they won every sweeper. They won every single video poker sweeper they had. Every single sweeper that they had.
You know, I don't know when they slept.
No, they were.
I don't know when they slept.
Dave Gwendon and Mike Falero, they won every single video poker sweeper. And you know who was always close second? Vinny Ventura and Dennis Seropoulos. Remember those two guys?
Oh, yeah. I was in both stables. I was in their stable, and I was in Jimmy's stable, and I'm Smitty's stable. Oh yeah, so many good guys. You know what I mean? We're gonna have, you know what? Once we get back on tour and we start going, we're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
I'm looking forward to it. Hey, you gotta do me a favor. You gotta give. I didn't see your wife in so long, and I seen her a couple months ago, probably 3 months ago now. But I hadn't seen her in so long. She hasn't changed at all. Beautiful inside and out as usual. Gave me a big hug, made me feel at home. Like that's what she is. She's like Tracy all over again. I'm telling you. I got to bring Tracy up. The four of us got to go for a nice dinner somewhere. It's going to be amazing.
I think we should do it. Listen, all right, last story. So and this is about my wife, Michelle. So yesterday I was upstairs and I was talking to Dylan. Our son is 19. And so I was upstairs in Dylan's room. I was talking to him, and I look out the window, and Michelle was down walking around in the backyard. She was doing something out in the backyard. And I looked down, and I just was watching her walk. And I said to Dylan, I said, your mom is beautiful. And he goes, yeah, I know. And I said, yeah, wow, something really special. And he said, yeah, you were pretty lucky. And I said, yeah, Dylan, I am pretty lucky. I said, but, you know, I mean, I think she was pretty lucky, too. He goes, why? My even son threw me under the bus. I said, what are you talking about? Don't you think she was lucky for me? No, I think you got the good end of that, Dad. And I said, yeah, I did.
That's what I tell my wife every day how beautiful she is. And she's so beautiful inside and out, and I'm so lucky to have her. You know, I've been down some different roads that weren't as good, but this woman right here, we're 10, baby. Jack
10. That's right, buddy. All right, listen.
Right.
So,
God bless.
yeah, my friend, really, thanks for coming on. Let's get that match going sometime later this summer or maybe in the fall. We'll do something.
Yeah, we
special,
will.
all right?
We'll get down. We'll come up and take, because my wife and I, by the way, that picture that I showed you, that was Niagara Falls. We got married in Niagara Falls, so that was pretty good. I should have invited you to the wedding. Really?
Yeah,
You're probably out on tour. Hey, you probably were out on tour somewhere, bowling. All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Man.
It's been a great day. Love you, buddy.
Thanks.
Good stuff.
Take care. All right.
Good stuff. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye now.